Hi guys, it's Sophia, and today I wanted to try something a little bit different and take on a rebranding challenge. So I got the idea for making this video from Quicken, who posted a video about how she would completely redesign Forever 21. And that's basically what I want to build off of and kind of bring my own touch to everything. I will link Quicken's video down below, you can go check that out as well. Now before we even get started, I want to say that I am not a professional branding expert, nor am I a professional graphic designer, but I am a marketing student, so this does fall in my line of work, I guess you could say. And I have dabbled in graphic design for uni. I've done some infographic posters, layout design for our student organization magazine, and a couple of logos for school assignments, including one for my bachelor's thesis. So those are my credentials, but that being said, again, not a professional, so please don't come for me. Anyway, the brand that we are taking on today is the fast fashion staple Forever 21. And right now you might be a little bit confused, especially if you've seen my last video. And I would like to clarify a couple of things. First of all, I am not a fan of Forever 21. I do not shop at Forever 21, and I do not in any way, shape or form endorse anyone shopping at Forever 21. The goal of this video is to design a completely new direction for this company that, spoiler alert, has gone bankrupt. And by the end, this will no longer be a fast fashion company. So this video is going to have two main parts, one more focused on the branding aspect and sustainability, and the other one is going to be more focused on the visual aspects and the design itself. But anyways, with that being said, let's just begin. So I'm pretty sure everyone is already familiar with this store, but in case this is the first time you ever hear of Forever 21, I thought I'd give you a little backstory about it. So the company was founded by a South Korean immigrant couple, Do-won and Jin-suk Chang. Sorry, I butchered those names. In Los Angeles in 1984, and at first it went by the name Fashion 21, and in 1987 it changed to Forever 21, which we all know. At their peak, Forever 21 brought in over $4 billion in sales in 2014, but their strategy of massive and rapid expansion into other countries outside the US didn't really pay off because they didn't do their market research as well as they probably should have, and therefore the company started doing worse and worse. And so on September 2019, the company finally filed for bankruptcy. So why on earth are they losing the game? Now, I would love to sit here and say that it's because people are becoming more aware of sustainability and ethical and environmental issues. And you know, to some degree that might be true, but the likely reason behind the demise of Forever 21, aside from their horrible strategy, is the rise of giant online retailers such as Fashion Nova, Wish, and AliExpress. But nevertheless, some of the issues are not external and are completely the fault of Forever 21 itself. As Quicken brought up in her video, a big issue with Forever 21 is the quality of the clothes. Many of the clothes are made from this really cheap polyester fabric, which in Quicken's video she called the Forever 21 fabric, which I find very fitting. And the problem with this material is that, first of all, it's plastic. Second of all, it's very unflattering on most people. It wrinkles really easily and it's just not very durable. Also, they just have like really weird prints and really out there licensing, like Flaming Hot Cheetos. Yeah. And Quicken also brought up the issue of the retail space being unorganized, messy, and just unkempt in general. And the reason behind why there's often such a mess in these stores is that the workers might be busy in the back rooms unpacking all of these new clothes that they get basically every week. So they don't have the time to walk around in the store and make sure that everything is nice and tidy. So now, after learning about all of these problems, we need to figure out what needs to change. I thought we should start off with the most visible and recognizable part of a brand, which is the name. Now our starting point is obviously Forever 21. Now the name kind of, personally to me, suggests this "we are young, YOLO" type of vibe that personally to me feels very left in 2010. And if we want to do a complete 180, I think we need to shake off any remnants of the brand that once was. But because I am a sucker for meaningfulness in design, I racked my brain about how we could keep something from the old so that the change seems comprehensible, but still evoke a completely new emotion. And what I came up for the name is REBRANDING. And that might sound weird at first, but let me explain. There are a couple of reasons why I really like this name. First of all, it comes from Forever 21. It's right there in the middle, yet it still sounds like a completely new name of a completely new company. And also, I googled the meaning of the word river, and this is what I got. The upper parts of some upper garments, such as a shirt or a jacket, that folds back at or near the neck to give the appearance of a collar. Also, it kind of sounds like it could be river, which kind of evokes a feeling of nature, and it sounds similar to revere or revered, which means to very much respect and admire someone or something. All in all, a lot of positive connotations. So rever is what we're going with. So when it comes to rebranding this company and turning it from Forever 21 into REBRANDING, I wanted to take a look at a kind of holy trinity of brand identity, which is vision, mission, and values. So let's start off with the vision of the brand. Now the vision basically means, who do you see yourself as? What do you want to be known for? So currently I think Forever 21's vision is to just basically become the destination for current fashion trends. And also the website has some really weird wording. It says here that Forever 21 is the authority on fashion. The authority? I personally wouldn't say so, but so what I want the new brand to be, what I want the vision of REBRANDING to be. I want them to be a pioneer in sustainable fashion. And that doesn't mean like they need to be a pioneer right now, but that's kind of the direction that I want this brand to take. So how exactly are we going to get there? That is where the mission comes in. So the mission is just basically, how are you going to achieve your vision? So currently their mission is to just push out a shit ton of clothes with subpar quality out to the public as fast as possible. So with the new brand of REBRANDING, I want their mission to be better. I want them to take care of their workers all throughout the value chain and find new and radical ways to be transparent. And another part of the mission would be to take action on a grassroots level, to partner up with non-profit organizations that offer women in, for example, Bangladesh, skill training for textile work and therefore a source of income. And I actually found a really interesting article about women creating an ethical and sustainable fashion scene in Bangladesh, which was really eye-opening for me, so I will definitely be linking that article down in the description. Also, the mission includes a switch from the Forever 21 fabric to sustainable or recycled materials, such as linen, organic cotton, hemp, tencel, lyocell, and even like 100% recycled polyester would pass the test for me. And that brings us to the values. Now, to be honest, I wasn't even completely certain if Forever 21 even had a value system to begin with, and this is also something that Quicken brought up in her video, that she doesn't feel like Forever 21 has a message. So I actually had to go look for it on their website, and turns out that underneath all this fast fashion garbage, with the tiniest print possible, they have one page dedicated to social responsibility. And there we can find a pretty short list of things they claim to be good at, and they have a very upbeat statement at the very start.
We strive to have a positive impact not only within our stores and corporate family, but also upon the environment and on our hundreds of vendor manufacturing facilities throughout the world and their employees.
And what they have listed on here is protecting the environment, worker rights and protection, ethical sourcing, and charity programs. And I mean, that's all fine and dandy, but talk is cheap. Where are the receipts? Has anyone calculated your carbon footprint? Where is your list of factories? Do you even have any idea who is making your clothes? I would personally venture out to say that Forever 21 may quite possibly place their orders with a third party that may quite possibly fulfill their social responsibility code of conduct. But the problem is that that third party then carries out these orders to several factories that are completely separate entities. So at that point, you lose all traceability. And the problem is only magnified by the sheer amount of clothes that your business model requires these factories to produce. So, the new value system I propose has three main issues. First of all, transparency. So you need to be completely transparent and show your entire value chain. And you need to make this information available and accessible for everyone. Second, sustainability. Now that means that from the raw materials to the fabrics to the labor to shipping to customers to post-customer, everything needs to be in order. It's not enough for the clothes to be made from organic cotton. That in itself isn't the whole picture about sustainability. You need to look at all the steps that you take as a business and figure out what are the most sustainable ways you can conduct your business. Now the third part of the value system is involvement, and that means that the company is a part of the whole process, not just the design of the clothes, the selling of the clothes, and then the marketing. And now, after this long spiel, I thought I'd just, summarize all of the sustainability points that I made to make like a quick short list. Basically, first of all, you need to disclose your factories. You need to pay workers a living wage, support local craftsmanship, partner up with nonprofits that offer skill training and a source of income, get involved in charities that make a difference in the countries you manufacture in. I don't know, like putting children to school instead of work. That's an idea. Jesus. Use sustainable or recycled materials, reduce fabric waste, offer mending services or guarantees on your clothes, audit your factories regularly, and hire an environmental or sustainability consultant. So with that very long ado, let's just get to the design portion of this video. So a couple of points about where I took my inspiration from. So basically the terms that Quicken used in her video were curated, inclusive, so that's not only like body shapes and models, but also there could be a possibility of unisex. Now this is something that Quicken brought up, but I feel like it's a very smart thing to do, and I feel like that's also something that we don't see very often. And also the second-hand section would be a great addition to this business model. Then I kind of looked at a couple of brands that I took inspiration from. First of all, there's a couple of Danish brands that have a very Scandinavian style. So Ganni, Samsø, and Mats Nordgaard. Then there's Reformation, which is obviously good with sustainability and is very transparent. And I also feel like on their website they have a very kind of a sassy tone to their communication and all the text that they write. And I feel like that makes it more feel like it's a person instead of just a corporation. So in order to get started with kind of collecting my ideas of where I see this Forever brand going, I wanted to create a mood board on Pinterest. So let's take a look at that. So this is basically what my mood board looks like. So we have a lot of muted colors, a lot of off-whites, I really just overall like a soft appearance with like a couple of statement fonts and graphics and all of that. So, and hopefully by the end we will have something that resembles all of this. And I think we can move on to the color palette. Okay, so now I've picked a couple of photos from my Pinterest board to my Illustrator, and I have 10 gray boxes down here, which you can see. So with these boxes, I'm basically going to be picking certain colors from these images that I might then want to use for my own rebranding. So let's just pick the box, click the eyedropper tool, and maybe the first one could be like an off-white color. I really like this background color here, so let's just pick that. Maybe also for like reference, let's take that one, maybe like a powder pink like this. Yeah, I like that. Let's move on to a bit more like a beige color, like this background color here. Nah. Okay, let's take that one. I really like this orange on the background here. I feel like that's nice. I don't know, this yellow is kind of fun. I really like the blue one though, but that's really hard to pick up. Almost. There we go. 2 more colors left. Let's take that green shade. So let's go with that one. Or that's like a coral pink maybe. Maybe let's change that green into like a more muted one. And for this one, maybe we should go a little bit like, I don't know, again like a little bit more muted. Like this. Yeah, I think that's the right vibe. I feel like these go pretty well together. We're not gonna use like all of them necessarily. I'm gonna pick like maybe 3, 4, maybe 5 colors that are gonna be like my main brand colors, but I just want to keep some, you know, variety at this point because I'm not really sure what direction this whole rebranding is gonna take. And I think right now we can just move on to the actual design part. So I have the existing branding right here. So they have this basic Forever 21, then they have it stylized like this, and I just personally, I detest the yellow color. I mean, it's fitting, you know, it reminds me of like those sale -50, -70% off, you know, that you see whenever you step foot in a fast fashion store. So it does remind me of that, which I think maybe is their point, but I really want to step away from that color. That's hideous. And then they also have it stylized as F21. I also compiled a small list of competitor logos here so we can kind of contrast them with the existing logo and the one that we're going to create. Basically what I see from looking at this is that, like, you know, the Forever 21 that they're using currently, they're using all capital letters. So what I think might be appropriate, you know, for the rebranding and kind of like stepping into a completely different direction, I thought we might, you know, dabble in some lowercase lettering for this one, just to kind of really make a clear distinction between the brand that Forever 21 was and also its competitors. So okay, so now I think I can show you the things that I have already handy here. So I have this small sheet of like R logos that I designed. There are quite many like really different looking ones, so I think we have to like try to make a couple of them and see how they look. And I also have right here some font ideas and basically just like what type of font and should we use like capital letters or lowercase letters. But first of all, I think we're gonna start with the lettermark logo. So let's just take all of this and move that out of the way. I don't really need to see it right now. So with these logos that I designed, you know, I'm kind of interested in like this one. This was one of the first ones that I kind of came up with. I don't know, I really like this one. This one could be cool. Let's test that out. Also like maybe this one or this one. Let's try to make this one Don't really like those. Then let's do this one and this one. Okay, I think like that's gonna give us a good variety of different logos that we could use. Okay, so if we start with the logo up there, okay, maybe to start with black. And no, we're not gonna make a Chanel logo, I promise. I know it's not perfect, but I mean, it's gonna be good enough for us. Okay, so let's see if I do like this. And here, what does that look like? It's okay. So the stroke needs to be definitely smaller. That kind of looks weird. It kind of looks like a jellyfish. It kind of looks like Squidward. Like if you really like, if you kind of try to see it, you can kind of see it. So yeah, I don't think we're gonna be picking this one, but let's just keep going with it. And I think I'm just gonna clip like the bottom parts off. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, no, I think we need these three to be like a little bit longer maybe. I mean, we could try messing with like shading or something, but I'm just not feeling it, so I'm gonna move on to the next one. So for the next set of logos, I think I'm just gonna do the letter R. I'm gonna leave the letter right here. And then with this one, I'm going to create outlines. To clip like the bottom part off, I think I'm gonna draw like a couple of circles at the bottom. I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to clip those correctly. Okay, so now obviously we have these jagged edges, which we're gonna need to fix if we want to have this work. Okay, now that we have this type of shape, I think I'm just gonna like clip it in the middle. I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna flip this over, and then if we merge them, we're gonna have a new bottom piece. Okay, that was a lot of work for not a lot of payoff, but let's continue. I think we need to kind of fix the upper part. And I think I want to even like lengthen it a little bit, like right about here. You know, it's interesting. I don't think it has like the scalability that a logo should have. Because like if it's like really tiny, you can't really tell that it's an R, so yeah, I think that might not be the best contender. Okay, well let's try the one that's a bit more like, even more disappeared. So let's take these anchor points right here, and then we're gonna pull them a little bit closer. It kind of looks weirdly like off balance, which I mean it shouldn't be. I think maybe this whole section should be like further along a little bit to kind of balance it out, because I feel like the top part was very heavy just now. You know, we could even like accentuate the little curve that you see on the bottom. Okay, so the next one was like using this, but it's like reversed. So let's just put those in there. Yeah, I'm not feeling it. Maybe for this one, both of these parts should be like equal. Yeah, I'm not feeling it. Okay, well let's move on to like the other type of R that we have. So if we just like duplicate this like here. Maybe they should be like pointy, you know? Actually, what if we just like completely revamp this whole thing? Okay, so like that one I kind of like. I think that's the best one of all of these, at least. But we still have 2 more logo ideas to go, so let's just keep on doing these. So I'm gonna start off with like an oval for this one. Copy those, merge these, change this to an outline. I can copy this back here, also make that into an outline. And then I'm gonna need to do like a line that goes straight down the middle. I think I'm gonna like stretch it out just a little bit, and then maybe just pull these points down just slightly. So now we have more room for the lines that we're gonna make. Flip it over. I mean, it's kind of cool in its own way. It looks like kind of like a door. Or now that I look at it, I kind of see a window that's looking outside to like a nuclear explosion. Let's say that it's an apple tree. It's looking out to an apple tree. That's much friendlier than a nuclear explosion. I'm gonna keep this one around. I'm gonna duplicate that and turn this into an outline. Let's see if we have any mistakes here. We do. What else is new? Okay, I think that was the only mistake. So let's copy that and then let's merge the layers. And I think that might be good because even if you like zoom it like way far away like this, you can kind of still recognize the logo. Like even if it's like really tiny. Yeah, not bad. I kind of like that. Okay, so then we had the last one. So I started off with this collar looking thing here, and then I just kind of like started to play around with it, and I ended up with this R, and then it's like a V, and then it's like an R, but it still kind of looks like a collar. So I think we could start off with the V shape. But now I think I'm just gonna like eyeball the rest of the shape. Let's create outlines for this one, and then I'm just gonna clip it like so. It's decent, but I think we can do a little bit better, so I want to try a third one because I'm not like fully satisfied with how this is going. But yeah, anyway, so far I really liked these R's and this door, window, tree explosion type of vibe. I think we're gonna go with these two. So I'm just gonna move everything else kind of out of the way so that we can see how those logos look like with the font. These are the typefaces that I have ended up on. So the one that we used here, that was the Retiro one, I guess. Scale it up. I mean, maybe they're kind of a different, you know, shape language. Like this might work better with like a sans serif. Let's try noble. Yeah, see, like I feel like those share the same shape, which is why they might work better together. I mean, those do go together though. And I feel like if we choose this one, I feel like we have to use like the R that looks the same as these. Damn, I'm really starting to like the sans serif one. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with like this combo right here. So yeah, I'm just gonna move these out of the way. So now I think I wanna try some different like color schemes out for the logo. So yeah, I'm just gonna choose like, go over these colors. That could be nice. This is something that I picked up from watching Kel Lawrence videos, so thank you, Kel, for teaching me things. So let's copy the logo right here. I wonder if we could even like maybe stretch this out just a tiny bit. Just kind of give it more room to breathe, you know? I should probably check the kerning. Maybe I want them to be like a little bit further away. And I'm pretty sure like the thickness is about the same. Yeah, look at that. So that's why they like fit so well together, because like the size of the stroke is the same or similar. What color should it be? Okay, I think we have our logo. Now I'm just gonna try to do some mock-ups with this new visual identity, and I'm just gonna show the results to you right now. So that is the rebranding all done for our new sustainable fashion company, REBRANDING. So now it is time for final thoughts. Yeah, Forever 21 might cease to exist, or it could weather this bankruptcy and re-emerge as the same freaking company that it was before. And I know that a company like REBRANDING doesn't exist, and I'm not sure if it will ever exist. But I hope that this video can at least highlight some of the ways that fashion retailers can make their businesses more transparent, more ethical, and more sustainable. And I also want to really make it extremely clear that a rebranding is not a one-woman job. You would normally need a team of experts that are all contributing to this cause of doing a rebranding, and it's usually a very, very expensive undertaking. So all of this just represents my hopes and desires, basically. I would love for a brand like REBRANDING to actually exist. But definitely let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. How do you feel about Forever 21 going bankrupt? How do you feel about REBRANDING? And how do you think I succeeded with this rebranding effort? Any and all comments are highly appreciated. If you want to follow me on Instagram, you can do so at Sofiamainen. And if you want me to make more videos like this, you can hit the subscribe button. And who knows, maybe I will make more rebranding content in the future. But anyways, take care, and I will see you next time. Bye bye!